Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Pick a number from 1 to 3, and this is going to be kind of like a mini reading for you. For those who pick card number 1, here goes. Card 45, part of fortune, increase. Fortune favors the brave. Ooh. Okay. In early mythology, Fortuna was a daughter of Jupiter, the god of good luck. She is the Roman goddess of destiny and bounty. Her name in Latin is Fere and means she who brings forth. The part of fortune is just one of the lots among several used in astrology. However, it's considered the most important one. Lots are also known as Arabic parts. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Western astrology picked up the Arabian and Persian practice of reading lots in a horoscope. Okay. Lots are based upon mathematical calculations, the distance between 2 points with the degree of the rising sign added. I want to see where my part of fortune is. Hold on. It suggests spiritual pursuits, seclusion, and activities that provide a sense of inner peace and contribute to their well being. Okay. Totally describes me. Finding stability through introspection, meditation, and a connection to the natural world can bring deep satisfaction. So, I mean, oh, that is so true. Oh my God. It says your joy is rooted in your capacity to build and provide. I'm saying I'm not all asshole, right? It's just my moon that's asshole-ish and my Venus and a couple other things. My most auspicious attributes is building things. I do. I like to build things. It's true. All right. The part of fortune is the same distance from the longitude. Okay, we don't need that. Many look upon the part of fortune as moon energy. Oh, asshole energy. Which means the talents and gifts it endows upon an individual are both nascent and unconscious. It is as if its powers are waiting beneath the surface of water, and when that water is stirred by action or thought, those talents and gifts emerge. I have such a talent to match toxic energy and then form it into a tip and poke you with it. Let some of that gas out. Mm. So I'm assuming, because look, read this part. It's as if its powers are waiting beneath the surface of water. And when that water is stirred by action or thought, those talents and gifts emerge. See, that's why this person is approaching you. You know what I'm saying? That's why this person is approaching you. This is exactly what they're going to do. Remember, I was saying, like, um I don't necessarily know that that you need to be romantic with this individual, whoever this is. It just feels like they have components of what you need to get yourself through this cycle of growth to the other side, if that makes sense. They are the impetus. Why do you want to know my ethnicity? When the part of fortune card turns up in a reading, it means a time when things begin to flow more easily and you'll have your success. But success and how it will come about and how long it will take will very much depend upon the surrounding cards. It feels like things are being accelerated. So if that's the case, it's not going to take long. Maybe a couple months is not going to take long at all. Um, Let's see. You may want to take advantage of this time of easy flow to resolve conflicts. It's time to heal that toxic situation, which has been so difficult to overcome. Since the part of fortune mostly means gifts, you may want to take on another area of study or master another art form. You are more creative and in tune with your imagination as well as your emotions. So everything is aligning. Um, Emotions are the fuel, right? Emotions are the fuel that your soul uses to complete cycles and processes. Now, imagination is actually It's going to sound crazy, but imagination is actually the reality of what's happening. Uh, we're taught in such a convoluted manner. We are taught things completely upside down. What's real is fake, and what's fake is real. And, it's all I know from everything that my life has shown me. Imagination is rooted more in this profound divine reality than what we give it credit for. It's not some made up mishmash type thing, right? It's not. It's not. So we need to make sure that we allow that creativity, that imagination, and the emotions that fuel it to be free flowing. Don't try to control it too much. Just try to observe and follow it. Mm. This card also means that benefits will suddenly be placed in your path. Benefits will suddenly be placed in your path. Um, let's see. Since fortune is fate, it will very well seem as if you've just stumbled onto them. Disagreements are improbable, but if they happen, you will likely take the high road. Another area that looks extremely fortunate is anything to do with public relations or promotion. This is a period of recognition and achievement. Your overall popularity is increasing, which is good, and some type of recognition is on its way. It is also a favorable time for learning, teaching, or taking exams. So there's going to be a lot of testing going on from Soul. I'm assuming Soul is allowing you to be tested in a mildly adversarial manner to see if you can apply the information you've learned in previous life circumstance. When you apply that previously learned information, knowledge in action is wisdom. You enter into a space of wisdom, right? Mm, you may want to do good and honor others. Through this, you will gain respect and opportunity. You will heartily share what you have gained for yourself with others. Injustices of any kind will challenge and rouse you into action. If your question is in regards to romance or any other type of relationship, know that the situation is a fated one. Okay, you can't avoid this person. Whoever it is for you, you cannot avoid them. You will not be able to avoid them. And that does not necessarily mean that they're going to be in your life long term. It means that you are approaching a space and a time where your paths intersect. And I don't think it's been decided yet what that intersection will mean for the two of you until I guess the two of you are face to face. And when you are face to face, then you two will both decide whether or not you will repel each other once again or carry forward side by side. And again, it could be a platonic side by side, it could be a very deep friendship that is created, or if you both agree, it could absolutely be something that is not platonic and full on romantic. It's up to you guys, though. It has to be both agreeing. It cannot be one stating like, I feel strongly this is supposed to be romantic and you need to agree with me. You need to see it from my point of view because I poke their eye. That's how I feel about that. Like, you're not going to tell me how to feel about somebody, right? You're not going to tell me how to receive your energy. I mean, you guys just saw that a few minutes ago. You're not going to tell me how I'm supposed to receive the energy. Intrusive is intrusive is intrusive. It just is. It just is. People can ask me questions that are very, very personal questions. And when their energy is not intrusive, um, and trying to mask that intrusive nature with like um, mediocre charm or like an attempt to be funny or whatever it is, I'll answer it. I'm an absolute open book for that type of interaction. But when I begin to sense an intrusive energy, immediately I'm like, nope, don't want to tell you nothing. Don't want to tell you nothing. That's the reality of someone who is on the autism spectrum. Like, we know energy. We know energy. We know your energy better than you know yourself. And I'm absolutely accurately representing all the peoples who are on the spectrum. They just might not be vocal enough to express that. All right. So it is meant for both of you to help fulfill each other's calling. See what I'm saying? Like, this is a person who you really do need to interact with. This will not be a relationship you can ever move away from easily. If the two of you choose to repel each other once you intersect your paths, it's going to initiate another cycle that's extremely intense, very, very laborious when it comes to internal work, introspection, shadow work, all of that is hard. It's going to be very hard. Destiny is involved. So, together, you are called to achieve and master higher things that would be more difficult had you not met each other. In this, there will be challenges, even though the love will always remain. So, this is someone that your soul knows very intimately. Um, Maybe a person who you've had quite a few past lives with. Oh, you know what? The past life card did come out. Hold on. Yeah, it was right before the twin ray card. So, this is someone that you are learning with, learning from, not because they're teaching you, but because their presence helps to shine a light on the things you need to be aware of about yourself, right? Your desire to fly is strong at the moment. Any shackles previously placed are being smashed, and you are experiencing a release. Moving ahead is what this card is all about. Madam Fortune smiles upon you. So you're being heavily encouraged to take that courageous step forward. Allow yourself. Allow yourself. Observe the way you move through your journey. Okay. So, for those who chose hashtag number 2, here is your card. Sixth house routine. The body is a sacred garment. You must change your usual way of looking at things. The sixth house is ruled by the mutable sign Virgo and the planet Mercury. In the horoscope, it's the area of routine and everyday life. It is not so much a dazzling place as it is to do with the ordinary. It also rules the body and specifically your health, especially the digestive tract. Okay, so for those who chose number 2, there is a high probability, not an absolute, but a high probability that the modifications to the foods that are happening right now, they've definitely ramped. Michael says, I can't talk about it. You're developing food intolerances. You should look and read heavily on the subject of food intolerance. I'm not a licensed doctor, so I'm not licensed to treat, diagnose, or any of that. But it would be good for you to know about the symptoms of food intolerance and begin paying attention to how you feel after you eat certain things. Okay. This house reminds us what we should do to maintain good health. And in this, diet figures in. See what I'm saying? Anything that comes under alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting a healthy lifestyle all falls under the category of the sixth house. For many who chose number 2, you're experiencing a systemic inflammatory response to the foods you're eating. It's creating brain fog. It's affecting your ability to be as mindful as you need to be for your process. It's affecting the way you see your interactions, the way you allow people to um, connect with you, the way you receive communications. When you experience a certain degree of inflammatory response that then involves your brain, it can affect your Wernicke's area, which is responsible for interpreting verbal communication. inflammatory response that affects that area, you're not going to be able to communicate effectively, receiving people's words and expressing yourself. The sixth house is all about duty, responsibility, and gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, and what you do on a daily 9 to 5 basis. This is why it's also looked upon as a house of the job. How you earn a living as an everyday citizen. When this card turns up, a job change is possible. So, I don't know for how many people this will apply, but that third party circumstance where one person is super, fixated on you and has been, and you have this like um soul based agreement to help each other learn something just by your presence, by your existence in this life. And then they have someone that's obsessed with them, right? I don't know how many people will resonate with this, but I'm being given the sense that that person is somehow financially intertwined with the person who is obsessed with them, and that's how that third person is interfering with the intersection of your paths. They keep tugging the person back. It's like they have them on a financial leash, and they tug them back like, where do you think you're going? I'm going to withhold, I'm going to restrict your access to community funds. Are they married? It doesn't feel like they're married. Are they in business together? I don't know. That's gonna fucking suck. That sucks. Um, I don't. Yeah, that's horrible. How do you claim to love someone and do that to them? That's horrible. That is just absolutely horrible. I could never. I could never. Mm-mm. That's just very sad. I don't know. That that very severely triggers me. To live in a gilded cage is to slowly die while you are provided the view of freedom that only you cannot have. That's horrible. And the sense that I'm getting is that whoever this is for you, they're really, really just working up the courage to approach you. Um, because I think they're ready for the next part of their learning. And as they are readied for the next part of their learning, you're being prepared for the next part in yours. And again, it's going to take an intersection, um, a crossing paths between the two of you. And there's nothing set in stone in regards to how long you are to be in each other's lives. There's nothing set in stone at all, but there needs to be that intersecting moment that will be the catalyst. It's like this catalytic conversion that's happening. I don't like when people meddle in other people's stuff. I really don't. I don't like interference. I don't like manipulative control like that. That's just mm-mm, mm-mm. Someone's like, "You're right. You mean to tell me if you ever split up with your husband, you would let him keep access to your money? Okay, first off, it's our money, and whatever is mine is his. And even if we're no longer married, whatever mine is his, because he has supported me for so many years so that I could focus on raising our children. I will never deny this man anything, ever, because my love is genuine. It doesn't only nurture, protect, and care for you if you reciprocate. It's unfortunate that you've never experienced love like that. And I know if the roles were reversed, my husband wouldn't kick me out on the street either. Ever. Because that's not how we are. That's fucking sad. If you've never experienced that type of absolute love, that's sad. It's horrible that people experience that type of manipulation where you're being controlled to that degree and you can't do anything. And you have this person who claims to love you and claims they are controlling you because they love you. That's horrible. That's horrible. It's horrible. Mm-mm. I could never be with someone like that. I don't give a fuck. I just could not. Okay. I think for whoever has a person like that in their life, um I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. When dealing with a manipulative person, you never show your cards. What does that mean? Play along until you have yourself situated, and then you don't have to play along anymore. I absolutely said what I said. I'm not going to retract that, and I'm not going to apologize. When you are dealing with someone who doesn't play by fair rules, they create their own rules that stack against you and your chance to live a viable existence without them. You play along, play along, play along until you have everything you need to be free of that type of indentured servitude. That is not love. Don't get that shit twisted. That is not love. Don't screw yourself over. Play along. And people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she's so manipulative. I'm not manipulative. I'm intelligent. You are not going to fuck me over too. Would I ever do this to my husband? No, because my husband's not like that. I've been with my husband for 25 years at this point. Not once have I ever felt the need to stash anything aside for just in case or no. No. Have I ever done that to anyone else? No, because I don't fuck with people like that. I just don't. I don't. But if you didn't have enough awareness and mindfulness, and you do have someone like that in your life that has this degree of control over you, you're going to have to do what you need to do to correct this. I'm not talking about stealing. That's no, that doesn't that's not filled with integrity. I'm talking about conserving and allocating funds into a separate repository so that when it's time to go, you will have a little something to help you as you steady yourself. Excuse me. I'm not talking about draining bank accounts or anything like that. But for people who are thinking that, I mean, that says about you, not me. I don't do that shit to people. I don't. So you're going to need to do whatever is appropriate and necessary, but still operating within integrity, right? Because this is about to blow up. Hmm. They're affecting your state of health. When the sixth card, okay, wait. Where is that? This is all about duty, responsibility, and gainful employment. It's almost like you're being paid as an employee to put up with their bullshit, right? That's why they're sharing funds with you. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, and what you do on a daily 9 to 5 basis. This is why it is also looked upon as a house of the job, how you earn a living as an everyday citizen. When this card turns up, a job change is possible. So it's time to work for someone who can treat you like an employee rather than an indentured servant that is, they're claiming to love. I mean, if you're into transactional connections, transactional relationships, okay, that's your thing. But if you're not into that and you got bamboozled into it, we're going to need to start reconsidering a few things. Okay. We're going to need to start taking a good hard look at the way we are functioning, what our priorities are, what your long term goal is, how it's affecting your health. Because um, an important thing to consider when this card comes up is your state of health, right? For your future plans to progress smoothly, you must be strong in body. To be strong in body, man, to be strong in body, you can't be consistently in this fight or flight state. You are completely dysregulated at this point. For whoever this applies to, it is utter dysregulation. Your vagus nerve has been dysregulated, your vital signs, everything is dysregulated. Your hormonal composition, I mean, you're running quite a bit of cortisol through your bloodstream. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. An alternative health approach may work best for you now, and you may find yourself interested in Reiki, acupuncture, chiropractors, health supplements, herbs, and visits to health food stores. Um, this house has everything to do with your routine and what you do regularly. You may experience changes and disruptions in your schedule. It would also be to your benefit to become as organized as you can, since at this time, any type of disorganization could defeat your plans. So don't let yourself get discombobulated any further. Okay. You need to begin figuring out how to compartmentalize and keep things separate in your mind, your emotions, all of that. Um, Damn, this is literally an exit strategy. Oh, this is bad. I hope whoever chose number two, like none of this is resonating for you. I don't even care if this is like specific to just one person. What matters to me is that um, the majority of our community is not resonating with number two, because this is a really bad circumstance to be in. I don't want this for anyone. It's time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. You may find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. Visits to libraries and schools may somehow assist you in your plans. If you really have a very controlling, um, malignant person in your life who goes through your things to ensure you're not able to plan anything, library gives you free access to the internet. You don't even have to use your device. You can use a library computer. Gives you free access. It's important to be analytic in your endeavors, or they may come unraveled and not turn out in the ideal way you want. Perfection is not necessary to success. Completing what you start is more important. This card suggests you insist on quality and usefulness. You may find yourself critical at this time, or others will seem to be critical of you. You may want to clear up or correct matters which have become unhinged or are at least off track. Efficiency and doing the right thing at the right time will serve you in the coming days. This is probably not an easy time because it's not meant to be. For something to really serve you in the best way possible, with the outcome you are wanting, you will have to go step by step and have patience. It's not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. Um, Arlene has been mute for quite some time. She's suddenly here and she's like, I hope you listen. So I don't know who needs to listen, but um this is a really bad circumstance. I'm sorry. I need to move forward from it because I don't want to become fixated on that type of subject matter for my own mental health. So, those who chose number three, hashtag three, this is your card. Eighth house, beginnings, endings. From my rotting body, flowers shall grow, and I am in them, and that is eternity. So, those who chose hashtag three. This is where it all goes dark and becomes mysterious. In astrology, the eighth house represents a long dark night before the light comes, where a new dawn is on its way, but you need to grapple with the darkness and the unknown a while longer. Traditionally, the eighth house is about sex, death, psychic powers, control, and material things, such as money and inheritance, that which belongs to other people. But such things you will end up owning, or at least partly. It also represents a time of year when Halloween or Samhain takes place and involves all dark gothic things associated with it. When the eighth house card turns up in a spread, the meaning is clear. You're in a period of great transformation. Your matter in question may seem like a life or death issue. This is not a time of superficialities. You may be evaluating your life's choices, and the need for change is great. Something that has been in your life for a long time crumbles like a tower. It must be built back up, but in a different way. You will not be able to forge ahead without taking care of this matter. Um, a certain change must be completed before you can move ahead. This adjustment may feel uncomfortable or will not be an easy one. Sex and death are major issues of the eighth house, the beginning and the end. This card means serious business. The eighth house shows what a relationship will bring after commitment is made to a partnership, represented by the preceding seventh house. If love is your question, it is a deep and transforming love wrought with passions and sexual jealousies. Yo, don't get yourself into some hootenanny stuff. You may find yourself sexually irresistible or reborn through sex into greater levels of intimacy and passion. An alternate meaning could be that there is a doorway you should not pass through. Ooh. Having this card present does not mean someone is going to die. This is unlikely, but it does mean you may end up dealing with things being passed on to you. Inheritance issues, deeds, trusts, insurance policies, goods of the dead, alimony, child support, and even taxes. The eighth house card also indicates what a partner owns, his or her resources and finances, but can also concern something passed down from parents and grandparents. There are assets acquired from a relationship. So I think this is like progressing. It feels like these cards are telling a story as it unfolds. Psychic ability in all of its forms is also one meaning behind this card. It suggests premonitions, visionary dreams, and seeing into the past, present, and future. They're being given a glimpse of future events. But even more so, it indicates communications from spirits. It may be that your home environment experiences a haunting, or maybe the person that lives with you is a trick ass hoe ghost. Or maybe they're a demon Horita. I'm just saying, I don't know. The possibilities, the possibilities. Or you can become involved in paranormal interests such as ghosts and other types of spirits. Past life information is also filed away in the eighth house. Like I said, this is a person who has a very in depth past life connection with you. And whatever this past life connection is, it's coming to the surface. And you got this little, whew, there's an individual that keeps trying to just interfere with the whole process. Okay. Health wise, the eighth house card can mean a long term illness with an extended period of, recovery for someone who's connected or important to you. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're going to enter into a space of recovery from all of this stressful, super stressful, constant fight or flight and dysregulation. This is a person who's so highly emotional. Um, it's just like, I got a video. I'm going to show you a video. Hold up. There's no other way to explain it except this. Hold on. I'm going to share it with you guys so that you could get like you can get a very clear idea of what it is you need to do, okay? This is the most accurate visual representation that I could give you. So whoever this person is, they're trying to enjoy life, trying to really just, get jiggy with it. And then here is a little interfering control freak of a jealous person, and this is the best visual representation. Let's watch it again. There you go. There you go. Yep. Pick them up. Yep. There you go. One more time, just for shits and giggles. Yep. Get it. Get it. Get it. Yep. Yeet that mofo. There you go. Okay. You need to be done with this. Whatever this is, you need to be done with it already. If you're not done with it, if you enjoy it for some weird reason, by all means, go ahead. But for those that don't enjoy it, do I need to play it again? Do you want me to play some music to go with it? What you want me to do? Mm? Mm? What you want me to do? That just pick it up, pick it up, and then keep right on dancing. Okay? So, you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Jealousy, rivals, sabotage, and stalking. Ooh, y'all know how I feel about stalkers, right? Mm. Y'all know how I feel about stalkers? I'm saying, I'm saying. Jealousy, rivals, sabotage, and stalking are all issues of the eighth house. However, there are more positive meanings of this house of sex and death. You may experience penetrating insight, or you may go through a time of renewal, a time where you are given a second chance. Your life is made over and you become a builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Bob the Builder. Yeah. Okay. All right. Your life is made over and you become a builder. Darkness comes and a tower falls, but there is a better one to replace it. Okay. Okay. Let this all kind of just, you know, slide on through. Slide on through. Pour some coconut oil on it. Let it slide on through. You know what I'm saying? Allow yourself to get to a place within your journey where you are giving yourself permission to really tap into your power. And the most powerful thing you can do, the most powerful thing you can do to fully step into your true power is to begin deciding things that are beneficial for you, that are healing for you. No more do you place everyone else's needs before your own. And it's not necessarily um, encouragement to be dismissive or completely disregard the needs of the people you care for. It's an encouragement for you to make yourself as much a priority as all of these other people, if not your actual priority. And, if you have all of these other people as a priority, they're not even priorities. By definition, you only have one priority. What those people are viable excuses as to why you feel it's okay to abandon yourself, which is very sad. It's very, very sad. You deserve to be loved and provided for in the exact degree of intensity that you do for others. You deserve that. You deserve that, right? I look at the ways in which my husband's love for me is absolute and my love for him is absolute. And I don't feel like I owe him anything because I deserve to be loved that way. Why do I deserve to be loved that way? Because I'm entitled? No, because that is the way that I love him. So it is only right that we love each other at the same depth as the other person loves us. We don't have to be exactly the same, but we must be able and willing to love and meet at the same degree of depth. And that's all I ask for. Someone who doesn't have a fear of drowning. Because I tell you, I exist at a depth that you cannot hold your breath and remain by my side. You cannot. Nor can I survive at the surface. So you must be willing to go deep. And I must be willing to meet you there, or it doesn't work. And maybe for some people, the real message here is that whatever you're punishing yourself to make work, honey, it's not working. It's draining your power and your potential. It's not working. And it's not that you're a failure, it's that you're applying your energy and your effort into something that was never meant to be. And maybe it's time to be honest with yourself and start applying your energy and your effort into building the type of life that is meant to be for you, right? So, guys, I got to get going. I got to get going. I love you guys. Please don't let people convince you to believe in something that's not a truth for you, that doesn't apply to you. You don't have to be fearless. You simply have to have more courage than you do fear. You will get through this. I'm not hoping you will. I'm telling you. I'm psychic as fuck. I am. I'm psychic as fuck. And you will get through this. I'm seeing it. It's happening. You'll get through this. I'm serious. All seriousness. You'll get through this because you get through everything. And that is your truth. You get through everything. You get through this too. All right, guys. I love you too.